We're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna be great.
This
You're a
season.
winner.
Oh my God! When I'm talking, you're not talking.
Sorry.
No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why. Yes, we'll have to like just.
My God, look at his face right here. Look at his freaking face. Jeez. This is what disrespect looks like, okay? Look at this guy here. You might think he's just an ordinary guy, right? But no, his name is Alec Baldwin. He's an A-list celebrity, Hollywood actor, one of the best actors that plays a very masculine role in all the movies, okay? If you want to watch him perform, I love the movie, the one where he's, which one is it? Oh, the one with Jim Carrey. Oh my God, that one's so funny, right? It's something with Fun with Dick and Jane, right? Now, he plays such an alpha male type of guy in like Hollywood, in the movies. But right here, this is where, his wife is just completely disrespecting him. And like, this is not good. I mean, let's take a look at it one more time, right?
It feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna be great.
This
You're
season.
a winner.
Oh my God! When I'm talking, you're not.
She might as well say, shut the fuck up. Because that's literally what she's saying right in front of everybody. It's not just like a couple people. It's literally millions of people for everybody to see on YouTube, on TV, anywhere. Okay. She just utterly destroys him. Okay. And this is what, what happens whenever that, even though you're a cool guy, you can be, you could be making a lot of money. It doesn't matter. Like you can have A-list celebrity status because you don't have a strong frame with your woman is going to just disrespect you. And once that she knows that she can continue to do this and there's no consequence, she's just going to run all over you. Okay. And this is the big thing that I see with a lot of guys is like, they think, oh, I have the money, I have the finances, or I have, I'm successful here, da, da, da. But with their woman, the woman is just disrespecting him. And here's the thing about this, right? Like, something tells me that she probably does this a lot to him, like behind closed doors, or with just when they're hanging out with their families, right? She's probably like that, and he probably just takes it, okay? And you can say, oh, she's joking around, she's being playful. It might be, but the way that she handled it right here, it's not like teasing or like being like kind of funny or just like, oh, I'm just joking around. No, it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, let's look at it one more time, okay? Let's look at it one more time.
See how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna be great.
This
You're
season.
a winner.
Oh my God! When I'm talking, you're not talking.
Sorry.
No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why. Yes, we'll have to like just cut him out of.
Like, she's looking at the camera like, yeah, like, look what he just did. Like, I'm the star here. I'm the star. She doesn't know that he made her. She doesn't know that he's the one who's the man that everybody likes, not her. Okay. With her fake. Okay. She's literally from Boston or some place like that, right? And she's pretending that, she has like a accent from Spain. Okay. I'm Mexican. I speak Spanish. I can tell right away. And, I'm all about human behavior because I'm a dating coach. I could tell she's fake, dude. I could tell exactly that she's fake. She's a freaking narc. And he's just bought in and he's going into her frame at this point, right? And, you could say, oh, he's an old guy. He has patience. I don't think so, man. I think she's absolutely destroying him. And she's making him look bad, okay? And here's the thing about this, right? So in my opinion, when a woman like does something, whenever, like, let's say that you're dating a girl, you need to set a strong frame. And what do I mean by this? Well, the moment that she does something to disrespect you, whether it's something like this, humiliate you in front of public, okay? Like, you can do this behind closed doors. She can have her own opinion. She can be like angry and, saying some stuff if she's like in an emotional state. Yes, that makes sense. But if you're around, people, let's say you're at a dinner table or, you're at an event and your woman just disrespects you right in front of everybody, it makes you look fucking like shit. Okay. I'm telling you right now, there's always a time and place of, a woman and a husband are disagreeing and they're fighting and stuff. They can argue behind closed doors. Yes. Am I a perfect person? I'm married. Am I a perfect person? No. I have challenges with my wife too. We all do. You know what I mean? Not everything is perfect, but we don't do that in public to where, we're like, she's disrespecting me in front of everybody. That'd be completely different, right? So to me, they can handle this a lot better in person. But But here's the thing about framing. One thing is whenever that like you first date a girl, because it all starts in the beginning, right? A lot of times guys always come to me and they're like, married for 3-4 years, and they're like, oh, like my wife destroying my life, and she's like being so disrespectful, and she's being, she's abusing me, and da da da. I'm like, and they're like, what should I do? You should never let that happen in the first place. Okay. So here's the thing, right? How can we prevent this? Number one, whenever that you date a girl and she does something like this to disrespect you, or something like this, right? The moment that she does this, you're not gonna like immediately call her out right there in front of everybody, because it's not their fucking business. That's the truth. What you're gonna do is you're gonna, when you guys get into the car or you guys get back home, you're gonna say, hey, what you did right there, let's just take it from Alec Baldwin here. What you did right there was super disrespectful. You literally disrespected me in front of everybody in the world. What are you doing? You cannot ever do that again. Okay. I will never disrespect you in front of anybody. I don't want that as well. Right. And then from there, the girl will be like, oh, I'm sorry, and then you can get into the put her in your shoes by saying, imagine if we were with your family, we were having dinner, and like, we're talking, and then you're saying something. I'm just like, hey, shut up, shut the heck up right now. You're like bothering me right now, like in front of everybody. How would you feel? And then, your girlfriend, your wife should be like, yeah, like, yeah, I wouldn't like that at all. And then from there, she would see it from your side, and then she would say, I'm sorry, apologize, and then never do that again. Right. That's how you prevent that. And then if it ever happened again, you have to be almost like be willing to walk away, because that's the thing, is like a lot of guys don't have this type of frame. They're not willing to kind of walk away from the toxic relationship when things like this get, in the first place, right? They just, they get sticky, and a woman that they're dating, just starts to destroy them, and they don't do anything. That's why they get abused, and the girl's shoving it in their butt the whole time, right? She's wearing the pants, I mean, in the whole relationship, and the guys are just like fucking retards, right? That's why it's important that there's consequences to her actions. There's consequences. Look, I don't want to be with a girl like that. I respect you. I want you to respect me. That's the one thing I'm looking for, is I'm looking for love, respect. And I'm gonna bring that back. But if you do that again, I don't know if this is gonna work out. Right. And then from there, she's gonna know, right? Because if you don't do this, once a woman knows that she can get away with something like this, she's going to run all over the man. I'm telling you. And this is the reason why so many women run all over, their boyfriends, their husbands, or like, like, for example, the friendships with the male and female friendships. Whenever that you're dating a girl, she has a bunch of male friends. And the guy, like he's dating the girl, and he's like, but he doesn't want to say it, or he might say, he's like, hey, I don't like it when you have friends, and he says it in such a like passive way where it's just very weak, very, very, very weak frame. And she's like, what? Like, I want to have friends. Like, you're insecure. Da, 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 da. And the guy's like, he just, oh, okay. Like, okay. He just accepts it. Right. Well, if that's the case, I mean, imagine anything else later down in life, right? Imagine when they're actually like in a committed relationship, if they get married, if they have a family, etc. Imagine just from that start of the way that she is, that's how she's going to be. And she knows that she can get away with it. And she knows that the guy can't even stand up to her. She's eventually going to lose respect for the guy. She's going to lose attraction, and she's just going to walk all over him. So you need to have a strong self-worth, and it all starts right here in the mind. You need to have like honestly, like the inner game is the most important part, because if you love yourself, if you respect yourself, and like, that like, you love the girl, and you want to help her out, you want to support her, but in the end, she doesn't want to also like love you back, support you, and like respect you. Well, you have to be willing to walk away, right? And find someone else who actually wants to do that, because there is going to be a right girl who wants to be in your frame, who wants you to lead, who is not going to disrespect you, who, whenever that you guys set healthy boundaries, she's going to also, respect too, right? And that's the thing. A lot of guys, if they set boundaries, the girls are like, I don't know, like, well, you won't, like, you're not going to let me go to Vegas with my friends, etc., right? So this is a huge thing that a lot of guys, lack whenever it comes to like, getting into a relationship, or just the dating stages, right? The dating stages in the beginning, you don't want to set like frames until you guys actually like make it official, because Once you guys make it official, that's when like you set the boundaries. That's when like, hey, look, listen, if you know, if you guys, if you're like the type of guy that just wants to date one woman, you know, you're like a faithful guy, your mindset is meaningful relationship, settling down, getting married. Well, first, when you guys get into a relationship, you need to be able to at least, you know, once that you guys are official, you need to set the frame. You set the frame by saying, hey, now that we're together, I just want to let you know there's other girls that, are trying to text me, or like if women text me, I'm not going to text them back. I don't care about that. The way that I am in a relationship is I'm a faithful guy, and I don't want to text other women because I know that, it's very hard to have like friendships with other women, especially, how male and female dynamics are. And that's just the way that I am, right? I'm a loyal guy, and I'm also kind of looking for the same thing. Is that how you also view like relationships? How do you view it? Let her talk. Pause. Shut the fuck up. Let her talk. She should also validate your feelings. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I also agree. I'm not gonna do this and that and da 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 and talk to and da da. Or the woman who's a toxic woman be like, what? I could. You're telling me I can't have any friends? What? You're insecure. Da da da. Right? And then the guy's like, oh, rather than like red flags. I don't know if this is gonna work out, right? Like, you know what I mean? You gotta almost detach. But the thing is, guys don't have enough abundance to be able to detach, because it's like the first pretty girl that comes in their life, or any girl that comes in their life and does this, they're gonna be like, okay, and they're gonna just submit, because once again, it's all right here in the mindset. If you have a strong mindset, you're not gonna accept a fucking toxic woman. You're gonna accept someone that's a wife material, and you need to have that type of language with her, type of communication, right? Because that's what she's going to say. A good girl that's also wants to settle down, she's going to be like, I understand. Yeah, da, 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 yeah, I don't want to be, I have some friends, but I'm not going to talk to them anymore because like I don't want to jeopardize our relationship. And you have to kind of train the woman that you're with on how men think, because that's the truth. We are animals, social animals, and like it's really hard if you're dating someone that's a girl that's attractive and she has male friends, for them not to have any, to not catch any feelings, because we're, so a lot of guys are just vultures, are waiting for that opportunity for her to, a lot of guys are weird, man. They're weasels, man. They're mate poaching on a lot of their friends' girls, or like, just that girl that they like. They're waiting. They know that she's in a relationship. They're just waiting on Instagram. I'm waiting to see, and then I'm gonna message her, or You have to train her on the way how men are, because that's how men are. A lot of guys are like, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't really care. That's why like having friendships that like you have friends that are not going to do that no matter what, even if they, you broke up with your girl and like she goes to you. Like I've had it where girls broke up with like my best friends, and they came to me trying to like seduce me, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. That's not who I am. I have abundance mindset. There's plenty of other women out there. Why am I going to do that to jeopardize this relationship that we have as a bro? Like, hell no. I know that I can get other women, but a lot of guys don't think like me. A lot of guys are like, oh, she's coming to me. That's easy. Let's do it. Yeah. They don't care about the relationship. They care more about their selfish desires, right? And it all comes down to scarcity mindset, right? Because if they know that they can get other women, then most of the time they're not going to do that. But because of their, tendencies to not really be able to be risk takers, approach women. If they knew that they can approach any type of woman, any place, anytime, they're not going to be thinking like that. They knew that they can go out, they can meet women. They knew that they go to social circle, like, communities and stuff like that, meet women, etc., and just have abundance. They're not going to be like, yo, this girl right here, the only girl who's like giving me attention. Like now it's my time. Some might still do that, right? But they're not really your friends, right? But it's not. I'm getting into a rant here a little bit about about that. But what I'm saying is, the right woman, whenever that you set the boundaries, will also like be like, yeah, I understand, da, da, da. I don't want to do that either. Like, I love you. I want this to work. I know that, social media is really bad. People can just like reply to your stories or send them messages, and then that can lead into going out flirting back and forth, and then that can lead to something else, etc. Right? So you have to teach her that, and then she's gonna know too. And then from there, you want to get into like, is there anybody else that you're talking to right now? Is there some guys right now that are trying to text you, that are, that are trying to hit on you in real life, or on like, the like Instagram or anything like that? And she's going to be like, well, yeah, there's this one. I don't want you to talk to that guy. right? And she should be like, yeah, da, da, da. So it's these little tiny things that go such a long way. And some people can, like, especially women, can look at it and be like, oh, he's insecure. Okay. Because you can look at that as insecurity, or you can look at that as like being committed. When you're committed to one partner and one partner only, one woman, you're not going to be like, not caring. Oh, I don't give a shit. I'm not jealous. Da, da, da. It's not about being jealous. It's just about, I'm committed to you, and I want to make sure that we're on the same page moving forward. Because now, once that we go and we're dating, and we're getting to the next stages of long-term relationship and courtship, if we have challenges, it's always easy to get back on the apps or etc. But now we've had this conversation, and we know what's right and what's wrong. So that way, if we know that you break it, I break it, well, we had this conversation, and this is right frame, right? So she knows if she's hitting on some other, or like some guy messages her on Instagram and she's texting him back and flirting with him, she knows in the back of her mind that you guys already talked about it. It's a bad thing, and from there, it's up to her, whatever she wants to do. If that's the way that she is, let her go, dude. There's plenty of other women out there, right? Same thing for a guy. If you're looking for a committed relationship, but this conversation has to be done. Okay, this is just one tiny little thing. There's so many things like this, but there's just one little. I'm giving you the nibbles right now, right? But from there, this is what, like, being able to have frame control is all about. And it's not in a controlling way, it's in a committed way. Okay. Now, if you guys like this video, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you guys want to get coaching in your dating and relationship life, apply on my site. I'll see you guys in the next video.